Hi everyone. So, when we are creating our own futures, when we are becoming the magicians in our lives, it's important to realize that we gotta believe that we can. Because when we don't believe it, it interferes with what we are creating. So, many of us will be going through experiences that point us in a direction that lets us know, that makes us aware that we are lacking in trust, that we are doubting ourselves, that we are not practicing self love. So, as we go through these experiences, this is our opportunity to clear out these old energies and patterns of self sabotage. And because without clearing those energies, creating the future that we dream of is going to be always far ahead. It's not going to be an easy flowing kind of manifestation that we all desire to achieve. The new way of creating reality in the future is to tune in to high our soul energy and our to connect with the spirit and then the energy of the divine that we are part of and flow with it with trust. But we are not conditioned to behave and think this way, so we easily fall into patterns and thought beliefs that derail us from creating that future. Today I was in the gym and then a song came up and I had so many emotions overflowing and I kind of even forgot what I was doing, where I was. I was so swept up and I just saw this love and pain as two sides of the coin and each containing the other. So of course when we feel deeply, we feel both, right? We can't have one kind of without the other, and it teaches us the contrast and appreciation for both. Because when the pain is an indicator that something is off. When we don't feel the pain in the physical body, we may not realize that we need to make an adjustment, that something needs healing. Same thing with an emotional healing. It's our guidance system. Whenever we feel pain about a situation or about the job that we're going in and we're having anxiety and it's painful to breathe or to be, these are all the ways our bodies and minds and spirits are communicating with us. We are in constant communication. We just need to listen, but we tend to ignore and push through. But when we finally pay attention, that's and then we have the strength to change the pattern, to behave differently. That's when the true healing begins. So I see right now, in this time, many of us are in between worlds, in this transition, going towards the future that we want to create. But there's a lot of resistance from within ourselves, a lot of clearing that we need to do. And it feels unpleasant. It almost feels like we're falling backward to what was, into some patterns that even felt like we've cleared them before, but they're still there. Speaking from experience, it could be very discouraging. And yet, we are asked to have the trust and faith to follow our joy, to still keep choosing love over fear, and to have the personal boundaries and awareness to see where we're giving our power away, where we are self-sabotaging, to practice self-forgiveness. I will keep talking about this in every video because it's highly relevant at this time. I am experiencing it firsthand and have been experiencing. It's been about 6 months since I quit my job and I haven't really looked back. Every time I even think about sitting in a cubicle next to the computer, I'm having an anxiety attack. I know that's not the way. And then sometimes the people surrounding me are having helpful suggestions, or do this or do that, but it's not resonating with my soul, with my path, with my heart. So why would I quit a job that is well paying and supporting my life to replace it with something that doesn't resonate either for much lower pay? I feel the guidance is for me and for others, if possible, to sit in that void space with trust and to observe and to spend time in quiet meditation and reflection to figure out what the next steps are. Today I was thinking like nothing fully grabs my attention and gives me joy in the moment at where I am while I'm waiting for the transition for the things that are outside of my control, my power. So I'm waiting for the divine timing to to let me flow, to release me from here, and then to go into the new space. But also it's not like it's doing the release. I am also doing the release by releasing the doubts and the fears and becoming more self-empowered. So it's kind of a two-way street. So when I'm ready, the alignment would happen, and the alignment will be when I'm ready. So while I'm in this state of taking care of myself emotionally and physically and spiritually, I can see that many of us are also stuck in there, but not realizing that that's a beautiful space to be, because this is how we are creating the bridge between what was and what's going to be our future, which is very different from what was. So as many are suggesting do this, do that, I have to always defer to what I'm feeling inside, because the power, the sovereignty is always within us. So we cannot be following somebody else's advice because they don't know what we know for ourselves. We have to be patient. We have to sit in the void if possible, reflect and feel. And as I was thinking about what brings me joy, that would be doing things, practical things with my hands, fixing things, growing things. And then also making these videos, even if nobody's watching or not many people are interacting, it's quite all right. I feel so strongly about creating them, and I have so much love and passion for them that I truly believe that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Eventually, hopefully, it will get even more interesting. I think they are already interesting, but it's not going to resonate with a lot of people because most people are not in the space where I'm at now, or experiencing the eccentric things that are not in the norm of the society. But to be present with your body, your energy, these energetic experiences that are hard to describe, that's going to be expanding in the population in the future. So at the very least, the journal, the vlog of me transitioning may come in handy. I don't know exactly the reasons why I need to create these videos. I'm just guided to do it, and so I follow the guidance. Literally, the spark came on. I thought about creating the video and my heart just felt this joy. So of course I'm going to follow the joy and record it and leave it there, and then see who can benefit. Even if one person can benefit, and if that person is me, that's okay too. Yeah, so we are transitioning, we staying in the void, and it's not a comfortable place. For me, it really feels like my whole identity is disassembling, reassembling, and I'm going through a process evaluating what's going to stay, what has to go. If you guys watched the videos from the previous months or so, I did a lot of decluttering, a lot of physical stuff had to go. A lot of material things had to go. A lot of old papers. And now my house is much cleaner, much more decluttered, and my psyche it seems to be the next step. So that could be very, very uncomfortable and even painful. And as I said, pain is also a great tool. Even though the discomfort can drive us crazy, it's the awareness that comes from it. It's the decisions that we need to make, because the fear melts when you have this internal pressure. You have this internal pressure to finally make a decision. And then the most challenging decisions can be made based on being aware, by listening to your body, to this pain, to assess, these thoughts that keep coming back, and you just have to make a choice, because you can't live forever in this repeat of the pattern over and over. You just want something real, and you want something beautiful and joyful. You want to wake up with passion. And since I already experienced that before, whenever I reach a period of my life where I'm feeling unsettled and in pain, I know something is clearing, and I'm doing my best to be present with it and to sort through it with gratitude, because it is guiding me towards the other side. So thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.